What is going on, everybody? Happy freaking Thursday. I hope you guys are having the best day of your entire freaking life. I'm going to pin the episode now, guys. I got a fire conversation that I'm going to have with you guys today. Today's episode 111 on the Relentless Life podcast. Steven, what's going on, brother, man? Happy freaking Thursday. I'm pinning today's podcast now. Brendan and Steven both in here. Let's freaking go, boys. Let's freaking go. 3 tips to prioritizing your fitness goals. Let's freaking go. Love the energy. Let's go, animals. Let's go, beasts, savages. We're creating some warriors. We are creating some badass mofos in this freaking community. Episode 111, guys. 3 tips to prioritizing your fitness freaking goals. If you guys are just tuning in, Brendan, Steven, anybody in Facebook right now, make sure you guys tag some people in the comments below. Make sure you guys tag some people in the comments below. This is super important because I want to get this message to a lot of people today. Guys, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips to prioritize your fitness goals, your fitness and your health goals. Because as you guys know, I hate how this light is in this frame here on Instagram. I am more than just a fitness coach. I believe in health. I believe in longevity. And I believe in taking a holistic approach to our fitness goals. You know, anti-drug. I'm not a big believer, in supplements and taking mass gainer shakes. Obviously, to each his own. Everyone has, things that they want to do in addition to a meal plan or to working out. But from my own personal journey and research and stuff like that. Greg, what's going on, brother? Kate, what's going on, babe? Happy freaking Thursday. But from my own experience, guys, I've found that you do not need drugs. You do not need supplements. What you need is a solid regimen of nutrition. You need to fuel your mind and your body with the right habits, with the right amount of sleep, with the right amount of water, with the quality of water, with the right amount of time spent outdoors, with the right amount of sun on your skin, with really prioritizing our endocrine system and making sure that our hormones are in balance. And we can do this, guys, through our nutrition. We can do this through the amount of exercise that we are committed to every day. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today, guys. So tag some people in the comments below that need to hear these 3 tips to prioritizing your health and your fitness goals. We're going to get started here briefly, guys, but let me know how your day is going. If you're celebrating any wins, how's everybody feeling? Type it in the comments, throw some fire if you guys are ready for today's episode on the Relentless Life. I'm going to give it just another minute or so, and we will get started with the podcast here shortly. But let me know how y'all are doing today. I'm super fired up, super amped up for today's episode on the podcast. Guys, 111. Guys, where did this come from? 111. Steven, you've been with us for a freaking while. Brendan, you're in this shit. You're here every day, either on live or on the replay. And I appreciate you guys because one day when we have hundreds of people on this live stream and we have thousands upon tens of thousands of listeners on the podcast, y'all are going to be the OGs. You guys are going to be running this whole thing, or you're going to be graduated from the program at that point, living completely relentlessly on your own, crushing it. Obviously, I want you guys to be here and to be part of this community forever, but eventually you're going to graduate from it and you're going to be able to use these things and implement, these things that we're learning and that we're teaching here into your own life, and then teach other people, teach your family, teach your friends, right? And that's just super inspiring to me. So, guys, we're going to get started here. Steven, I see you tagged other Stephen P. You tagged Andrew. You tagged Josh. I freaking love it. So, guys, drop some hell yeses in the comments below if you're ready for today's episode. I'm fired up. Fired up, baby. And I would be a little bit louder if it wasn't for us having neighbors. We live in an apartment complex. So right now, guys, I'm living in, for those of you guys that are locals to my area in Southwest Florida, I think most of you guys are. I live right now in Fort Myers in an apartment complex, kind of close to FGCU, to Florida Gulf Coast University, with my girlfriend. We both went to school there. We both graduated. So she's down here. I have a house back in Port Charlotte, and we were doing the back and forth. I was training at a fitness studio in Naples. Then I stopped and I went fully online with the online coaching business. And so I've now been just working from this apartment. So once I get back to my house, I'm going to have this whole house to, record from, to go outside. I have that ninja wall. I'm going to be able to have a lot more things to film content wise. And then also I have my own soundproof studio. So I'm going to be able to be a little bit more extravagant, more myself, back in my element, if you will. So Brennan, let's freaking go. Hell yeah, coach. I love it. Freaking love it. So guys, I'm going to get started with today's podcast. If y'all are just tuning in, definitely let's see a hashtag I'm here in the comments below. If you're here on the replay, hashtag replay. So I know that you guys are here getting some value from today's live stream, from today's podcast. So as we're going live in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Relentless Life podcast. I'm your host, Coach Chance. And guys, in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing 3 tips that you guys can be utilizing to prioritize your health and fitness goals. Guys, on today's episode, we're getting real, we're getting raw, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of why you guys aren't achieving your goals. You set these goals, you want all this extravagant, stuff to happen in your life. You want to feel good, you want to feel confident, and you want to look better, and you want to be a role model, right? You want to be a leader for your family, and you want them to follow in your footsteps so that, they're no longer unhealthy and they start to do the things that you're doing and that you're learning, right? You have all these goals, but you're not prioritizing them. And we're going to be talking about today, guys. I'm going to be talking about 3 things, three tips that you guys can be doing to prioritize those health and those fitness goals. Remember, guys, it's not just about fitness. It's more than that. We're doing this for the long term. Like I personally, I don't know about you guys, but I plan on being here, God willing. I plan on being on this planet for a very long time. And because it's a very long time, I know they say life is short, and it is short. You have to count every day, and you have to not try to rush the future. But, in the grand scheme of things, people live to 80 years old, 90, 100, and so on. And, our generation, my generation, I'm 25, I'll be 26 next month. Medical technology and innovation and, things are happening so rapidly at such an amazing pace that it's not going to be a strange thing to say that humans are now living to an average of 100 or an average of 110 or 120. You might call me crazy, but I see that happening in our lifetime. So, and, if I could live to 120 and I feel good and I just die in my sleep at 119 or 120 or 100 or 95, whatever the age is, I'm fine with that. But I just don't want to be in pain at the end of my life. And I want to teach you guys that with these habits that we're learning in the Relentless Life program and the foods that we're learning to eat and the exercises that we're learning to do and the consistency and the positive affirmations and meditation and all of this that's encompassed in this program, when we learn these things, guys, we're setting ourselves up to live a long, at least to give ourselves the best possible chance to live a very long, sustainable, to the highest standard, highest quality filled life possible. So that is what we're going to talk about today. So guys, getting into today's podcast, today's lesson, the 3 tips for prioritizing your goals. Number 1 is going to be learning to say no. So I want to see in the comments for those of you guys that are in here, if you want to prioritize your health and your fitness goals, right? No matter what it is, you want to lose 20 pounds of belly fat, you want to be confident taking your shirt off, you want to gain 15 pounds of lean muscle, you want to bench press 2 plates, you want to be the role model for your kids, you want to feel good when you get naked and, it's sexy time, right? Like whatever your goal is, I'm going to get some laughing faces in the comments from saying that, sexy time. Whatever your goal is, guys, you need to learn to say no. What do you mean by this, Chance? What do you mean by saying no? Well, when things are happening, right, we tend to get this FOMO, this fear of missing out on the party or on the graduation or on things that are happening all around us. Life is very fast paced. Life is very busy, right? And we tend to get caught up in this fast pace, constantly on the go, constantly giving. If you're anyone like me, you're constantly giving your time, giving your energy. You're giving, right, to other people. You're giving your time to your job. You're giving your energy to your profession, to your career. You're giving time to your family. You're giving time, to other things. But what a lot of you guys are forgetting is yourself. You're forgetting to be a little bit selfish. And with that being said, there are plenty of selfish people out there, but for all the wrong reasons. I'm going to teach you guys today how to be selfish for all the right reasons. And those right reasons are your health and your fitness goals. I'm trying to teach you guys how to be selfishly obsessed with becoming more passionate for health and fitness. Because if you're anyone like me, I'm not scared of death. What I am scared of is leaving this earth, this planet, sooner than I expected, and not getting done what I want to get done, and not changing the world, and not starting a family. All the things that hold substance in my heart, all the things that are meaningful, right? Fulfilling why God put me here. Like, I don't want to leave this earth, leave this planet, leave this life before my duty, my job is done as a son, as a boyfriend, as a coach, as a brother, as a friend, as a mentor, as a mentee, right? I don't want to leave this earth before my time, but with not having those goals accomplished. So I've learned to be selfish and prioritize those goals by saying no to the party, by saying no to sometimes going out on the boat, or to anything that I might find joy in. If I don't get my things done that are necessary, such as my morning routine, such as working out every day. Obviously right now I'm not working out for reasons that I've spoken about millions of times before, for prepping my meals, for eating in and not eating out, for drinking over a gallon of water every day. And I've learned to say no. I've learned to say no to eating out. I've learned to say no to fast food. I've learned to say no to the impulses that my mind constantly tries to make me use as a decision, right? Like, we have these impulses, we have these negative thoughts, we have these addictions, right? Like, everyone has some addiction to something, whether that's food, whether that's porn, whether that's drugs, alcohol, anything, right? Like sex. Like, we all have this addiction to something, this attachment. And when we can learn to not live in our impulsive decisions and live in those addictions and those attachments, we're able to say no, and we're able to put those goals first. And that's why I'm such a big believer in having a morning routine, because when we have a morning routine and we're writing down, not just writing down our affirmations, but standing up, looking ourselves in the mirror and saying those affirmations out loud, we're manifesting it to the universe. We're actually believing it ourselves. So when we stand up and say, I'm the one, when we stand up and say, I'm confident and I give it 100% every single day that I wake up, I'm grateful as fuck to be alive. When we stand up and when we say those things, it's enriching to our soul. It's enriching to our minds, right? And we start to believe those things. So I prioritize that over the party. I prioritize that over fast food, right? I prioritize staying in with my girlfriend, spending quality time with her, investing in our relationship, over going out and doing things that are going to get me in trouble, right? And that's just, maturing as you get older. But that's what I want you guys to understand for number one here, learning to say no so that you can make the time, cultivate the energy to invest in your health and in your fitness goals. So that is number one, learning to say no. I see some hearts coming in. Let's fucking go. Drop some fire if this is resonating with some of you guys today. Number two, guys. Number two, this is going to hit some of you guys right in the chest, okay? Because y'all say you want a six-pack. Y'all say that you want to gain 10 pounds of muscle. Y'all say that you want a relentless mindset. Y'all say that you want to be happier. Y'all say that you don't want to be anxious anymore. You guys say that you want to be off the depression meds. You say that you want to be the example for your daughter. You say that you want to change your wife's mindset to go to the gym with you, right? You say all of these things, but you're not getting up early enough. That's plain and simple, guys. Millions are made in the morning, and not just in the form of currency, in the form of American dollars, but millions as in our goals, right? As in gains. You can look at it as gains are made in the morning. Millions are made in the morning, right? When you get up before the average, before most people, what you're doing, guys, is you're allowing yourself to not only get a step ahead on them, because it really doesn't matter what they're doing, but it allows you to get a step ahead on yourself. It allows you to get a step ahead of who you were yesterday and the week prior and the months prior and the years prior, right? It allows you to get a step up on the old Chance, right? On the old Steven. Like, Steven, who were you 4 months ago, bro? We talk about this all the time. I just sent your check-in video back. You were a different person. Now you're getting up early. You're on night shift, so it's different. But now you're getting up earlier. You have a morning routine. You're actually putting yourself first. You're eradicating all toxic people and toxic environments from your life. And you're prioritizing these goals because you're getting up earlier. You're making more time for the gym. You're making more time to prep your meals. You're making more time to say at 12 o'clock when Chance goes live every day, I'm going to get on there and I'm going to start my day with fucking energy. I'm going to start my day with a limitless mentality that Chance has, and that I know Chance is going to give me through my phone, through social media, right? You made that decision for yourself, and it's because you're getting up earlier, right? I know for you, Steven, it's different. It's different, but you're setting yourself up, whereas 4 months ago, you were not doing this. I mean, can I get a hell yeah, dude? Like, guys, you got to get up earlier. You got to give yourself more time in the morning when things are slow, and you can think logically about what is it that I want to accomplish selfishly? What is it, that I want to move the needle on, right? Like, I'm 250 pounds. I'm fucking overweight. I'm unhappy. I've been stuck for the last 6 years. I fucking hate my job. I have no energy when I get home at 6 o'clock. I got 2 kids running around my entire house. I want to be there for as their dad, but I'm exhausted, right? I'm exhausted. My wife's slaving in the kitchen. I'm sitting on the couch like a couch potato, right? With no energy. My libido is freaking buried 6 feet in the ground. Guys, that's a freaking problem. You guys got to get up earlier. Get up earlier and see the results. Get up earlier and watch your health and your fitness goals start to take priority, right? And it's not even like you guys are being selfish. It's just you're actually being selfless by being selfish with your goals, because now what you're doing, guys, is you are becoming a better person so that you will have more energy for your family. You will be in a better mood for your coworkers. And now being happy 98% of the time is going to start to rub off on them. Now they're going to start to absorb your positive energy, right? And they're going to want to start to be more like Kate. I want to be more like Kate because she's happy all the time. I want to be more like Brendan because that kid's always smiling, man. He's just energetic. He's got a smile on. It seems like he loves life, and you're going to infect and be contagious in a positive way, a positive light to your coworkers and to your family and to your social life, your friend group. And that is a selfless thing. So by being selfish with your health and your fitness goals and prioritizing your health, and by having the energy, having the confidence, having the positivity through things like affirmations, morning routine, workouts, eating the right foods to have that energy and to quit that porn addiction or to quit that addiction to sex or to detach yourself from having to drink 3 or 4 nights a week, right? Or by giving up the marijuana. Too many of you guys are using your medical marijuana card. I'm sorry to say this, guys. I'm gonna strike some strings here, but guys, too many of you are reliant on marijuana. Like I'll probably wind up doing a whole podcast on that. Listen, guys, I used to smoke in college. Like I'm not afraid of saying that. I used to smoke recreationally, but obviously I know it's illegal and it is what it is. But people rely on these things way too much. They rely on, and by the way, let me just say this. I don't think that it is the right thing at all to have something like marijuana that grows from the ground as being illegal and deemed to be the devil's lettuce and this terrible drug. And it's a gateway drug to other things like cocaine and opioids and pills and addictions like that. And then you have alcohol over here where you have all of these problems that can transpire: anger, emotion, domestic violence, domestic abuse, like all of this crap that can happen over here. But then that's not legal. It just blows my mind. I think that both of them are toxic in their own way, honestly. Not trying to get in a rabbit hole there or anything like that. But what I wanted to say from that to consolidate my thoughts is too many of you guys are letting marijuana and things like marijuana, all of these other attachments in your life, disassociate your mind from the things that actually matter. And by getting up earlier, you're going to have a much easier time at the disassociation to those addictions. So that is number 2, getting up earlier. Let me see it in the comments if you guys did not already put it there. Get up earlier. Number 2, get up earlier. Quit sleeping in. Quit letting your bitch voice talk you in to snoozing the alarm, guys. I get up every day, and yes, do I have my days where I sleep in a little bit? Yes, I do. But I get fucking mad at myself that I allow myself to do that, because that is the first battle that you are faced with every single day, is that alarm going off. Are you going to snooze the alarm, or are you going to fight through the crusty eyes? You're going to fight through the exhaustion. You're going to get up. You're going to crank on that cold shower at 4, 5, 6 a.m., whenever you guys are getting up. Get in a cold shower, wake up, do some breathing in the shower for a couple minutes, meditate your mind, meditate your body, be okay with being uncomfortable first thing in the morning, right? And that's putting you guys into a winning mentality. It's putting you guys into a winner's mindset. And that's what it takes, guys. That is one of the steps needed to start to live, right? We want to all live this relentless lifestyle. And that is a step. That is the first step that you take every day. You get up at the same time. You don't sleep a minute past your alarm. You get to a cold shower. You're alert. And now your morning routine is in full effect. So number 2, get up earlier. Guys, number 3, to prioritize. This is the final step here. Number 3, to prioritize your health and your fitness goals is I want to see this in the comments. There is no perfect time to start. Let's see it in the comments. Guys, there is no perfect time to start your fitness, your health journey. There's no perfect time. Guys, it's about taking messy action. It's about taking messy action. And this is something I struggled with for a very long time, guys. For those of you guys listening right now, I struggled for a very long time with taking messy action towards my online fitness business. I struggled for a very long time with taking messy action towards going all in on myself and to being selfish and knowing that if I take this step with my business, with my body, not only am I going to be much better off, not only am I going to be happier, healthier, more confident, but I'm also going to be able to show up for my family, for my friends, for people in my life that I truly care about and would take a bullet for, because I have a handful of people in my life that I would jump in front of a bus or jump in front of a gun for, you know? And I know if you guys have real love in your heart and real compassion and real desire to love, provide, and protect for somebody in your life, you would probably do the same thing. It's just a natural human instinct to be a protector. You know, any parents out there, any fathers out there, or any soon-to-be fathers, or any future fathers that have this instinct. Like, if my kid is here and he's in danger, I'm taking whatever's coming towards that. Like, it's me. I'm stepping up, right? You got to step up, but you have to look at your fitness goals and your health goals as like your child. Are you going to protect them? Are you going to hold that close? Are you going to hold those health and fitness goals close? Or are you going to let those goals just kind of be at the mercy to life? Guys, you got to look at your goals. It's like your children. And that kind of just hit me in the face a little bit, guys, as I was speaking about this, but not about being perfect. It's about taking messy action. But guys, your goals have to be looked at as your children, as your family, as something that you're willing to die for. Guys, the only way to make a change is first to take action, to take messy action. There's no perfect time to start, but also you have to be willing to put yourself on the line and to make these sacrifices and to be willing to be okay with falling flat on your face. But know that when you do fall flat on your face, because it will happen, life is going to happen, you're going to get knocked off the path, right, of hitting 185 pounds, Steven, right? You're going to get knocked off a couple times. You've been through a few valleys in this program in the last 4 months. Other Stephen P., if you're in here listening, you're going through some stuff, right? We go through these valleys. We get knocked off track, but it's the warriors, not the boys, but it's the warriors that are able to pick themselves back up, dust themselves off, crawl back to where they need to be, stand up, start walking, start jogging, and then they're back to full speed on their journey towards their goals, right? But they're willing to do whatever it takes to protect their goals. They're selfish in that regard, but they're selfless in putting those goals first, because they know, and you know, if you're listening to this and you're relating to this, that if you put your fitness and your health goals first, you're going to be your best. You're going to be at your best possible self at all times, right? At all times. And when things don't go your way, right? When things don't start to go your way and you start to get misguided and fall off track, you're going to have so much consistent effort and momentum and achievement under your belt that it's going to be that much easier to hop back on track to where you were, right? Steven, you just gained 10 pounds in the last 12 weeks. You're feeling freaking awesome, dude. You gained 11 pounds. You're at 178 now. You're feeling great, right? You're feeling great. Can you ever see yourself going back to the skinny dude who used to be picked on, who was insecure, didn't like the way he felt with his shirt? Can you ever see yourself going back there? Do you want to go back there now that you have a good taste of 4 months of being this new guy with this new mentality and this new body and this new level of confidence? No, you don't. Because you know what it's like to be living in a new body, to be living with this newfound mindset. You know what it's like to put your goals first. You know what it's like. You know what it feels like. Guys, it's about that feeling. It's about that emotion. Having an emotional connection to your goals, just like we have an emotional connection to our children, right? Just like we have an emotional connection to our partners, to our husbands or our wives, whoever it is that really means a lot to you. Maybe it's your grandmother. Maybe you're super close to your grandparents, right? Maybe your grandparents raised you. Maybe your parents were never there for you and it was your grandma or your grandpa that was the one that was there for you, right? That you would come home from school with all these problems and you would go and vent to them and they would be there and they would just listen and let you cry. Like, that is the person that you need to do this for. If it's not yourself, you need to do it for them. Do it for the person that has always been there for you. Because guys, I'm telling you right now, if they really love you and they really care for you, they're going to want you to be selfish in this regard. They're going to want you to be selfish when it comes to your health and your fitness goals. Because guys, nobody else gives a shit about your goals other than you. So if you're not prioritizing them, they're going to get washed away. Like I said, guys, you have to hold those goals close. You got to keep them close. Make sure that they're your priority. Like a little baby, you have to nurture them, right? It's like raising a child. Your goals are like raising a child. Holy shit, I should have done a whole podcast on that. Your goals, your fitness and your health goals are like raising a baby from nothing, right? We all start somewhere. We all start with no confidence. We start with no education, no knowledge on the subject, no understanding of how to even start. And that's what number 3 is all about, guys. There's no perfect time to start. You just have to take the step. You got to take the initiative. You got to take action on your goals. Because if you don't start feeding those goals and you don't start just taking that messy action, well, that baby, those goals, that fitness goal that you have of losing 15 pounds or gaining 15 pounds of lean muscle or being more confident with your shirt off at the beach or having the confidence to go up and to speak to someone that you really like, or to having the strength for your partner to provide and to love and to protect them. Like whatever your goal is, you have to start to nourish it. And it's not going to be nourished if you don't take that first step, guys. And I'm not talking about tomorrow. I'm not talking about, after summer, I think that, once I get this promotion or once we move here, or once my kid is born, then I'll start. No, that's why you're in this position in the first place, because you've always been the type of a person to put your goals on the back burner and to always use your current situation as an excuse for why you haven't started. As I run into these kind of people, these guys all the time. Most of you guys are like that. And that's why you're not getting results, guys. The reason why you guys aren't achieving your fitness goals is because you're not prioritizing them. You're not making them a priority. So guys, to recap this podcast, and I'm going to get off here and go about my day and fucking crush it, is, number 1, you don't know how to say no, right? You don't know how to say no. And in the same regard, you need to learn how to say yes, but to the right things. So learning to make that decision and knowing what is right, what is wrong on saying no and making the sacrifice to not hanging out with your friends when you did not do your morning routine or you didn't hit the gym or you didn't prep your meals. Like for instance, Sunday, I'm a big football fan. I love my football games on Sunday. I would be a hypocrite if I got up super late on a Sunday and instead of doing an hour of my morning routine and going on a run or going to the gym, even if that means missing the first half of my favorite team, the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles playing at 1 o'clock, even if that means missing the first 2 hours of the game because I messed up and I slept in, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to make that sacrifice. I'm going to say no to my family for the first 2 hours of that game, of that pleasure involved hobby. And I'm going to go do what I need to do because my baby, right? My fitness goals, my nourishment of my goals of wanting to be healthy and wanting to live a long, happy life and be the role model for my mom and for my dad, for my girlfriend, for my future kids is more important than watching the Philadelphia Eagles, who make millions of dollars, to play a freaking game at 1:00. Like that is not my priority. And that's what a lot of you guys are doing. You're prioritizing things. And that's just an example, a real example that has actually happened to me before. I'm not just pulling this stuff out of my butt. This is real stuff that's actually happened. I've woken up late for whatever reason, probably because I was out drinking the night before, right? Before I had my priorities straight. But then the next day I realized I just screwed up last night. I slept in, shouldn't have slept in. So now I have to make sure I do my morning routine and I get my workout in and I prep my meals for the day so I'm not eating junk at the football game. And I got to go work out. And we set our priorities. So that's one, learn to say no. Number two, get up earlier. Guys, I struggled with this for a while, especially when I was in college. I wasn't getting up early enough. And then I realized, why don't I have all this time in the day? How come I'm not getting shit done? Well, Chance, because you're not getting up early enough, dude. You're not setting yourself up for success because you're getting up at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're sleeping in until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock every day, like, that is a problem. Like, that is a huge problem. Would you sleep it? Guys, catch this real quick before I wrap this up. Would you sleep in when your baby's crying at 6 o'clock? Would you ignore the cries of that baby for another 2 hours and sleep until 8? Or would you get off your ass and would you go nurture and love and be attentive to that baby? I need you guys to look at your goals, both with health and fitness, in the same way you would look at being a parent to your child. Like, you guys have to take your goals that serious if you want to actually see change in your life. And that's the whole point of this podcast. I'm trying to wake somebody up to realize that if you want change, if you want a different Steven, if you want a different Cameron, if you want a different Josh, if you want a different version of who you are, whatever your name is, wherever you're listening from, you have to be willing to treat your goals like a newborn child. Because without that mindset, without that mentality, those goals are not going to be prioritized. And they're always, for the rest of your life, they're always going to be pushed onto the back burner. And before you know it, you're going to be the 45-year-old that is unhappy as shit in a terrible relationship because you never respected yourself. You wound up having to settle for somebody that doesn't fulfill your needs, that doesn't fulfill your happiness, that isn't there for you, that doesn't put you first because you didn't put yourself first and they don't fucking respect you. So I'm trying to wake you guys up and saying that you got to get up earlier. You got to nourish your goals like you would nourish your child, nourish your baby. Be the provider, be the protector of your goals. Nobody else cares about your goals. Number three, guys, there's no perfect time to start. Take messy action right now. Success like speed. So I want you guys after this, what I want you guys all in here to do, whether you're listening on the replay, you're on the podcast, wherever you're listening from, Instagram, Facebook, I don't care. I want you guys to screenshot right now, screenshot on Facebook, on Instagram, on the podcast. I don't care where you guys are at. Screenshot it. When I'm done, when I wrap this podcast up, I want you guys to bring that picture up on Instagram, on Facebook. Type your number one biggest takeaway. Actually, I don't want you to type your number one biggest takeaway. I want you guys to write these three things down. I want you to write down, learn to say no, get up earlier, and there's no perfect time to start. I want you to label those 1, 2, 3 with check marks. Post it to your story, tag me at Chance Galloway Fitness so I see you guys got some actionable value from today's podcast. And those of you guys that don't do it, well, shame on you because that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt to hear what I'm saying, to have it resonate in your mind and for you guys to hop off of Instagram, hop off of Facebook, hop off the podcast and just let that go out in one ear and out the other. That has got to really sting if you're that kind of person, if you're the kind of person to hear this kind of discussion of how you need to nurture your health and fitness goals. You hear it, you're aware of it, but you walk away. That's a problem. That is a problem. And I'm only trying to wake you up, guys. I'm not angry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just trying to wake you up, guys, to the reality, right? So number three, finally, like I said, there's no perfect time to start. Take messy action. So I'm going to see that in the comments. I'll see you guys on your tags, on your Instagram and Facebook stories. Super excited to see who got some value from today's episode. In fact, if you guys got some value, drop some fire in the comments below, whether you're on the replay or on the live stream right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today's podcast. Like I said, guys, this is such a privilege for me to be able to come on here and speak about something different every day and have people engage. Brendan, Steven, Kate, like you guys are seriously so amazing. I thank you guys so much for tuning in every day relentlessly. And, you're the people that are going to really be able to elevate your goals from a little infant to a full-blown badass warrior adult, right? Like you're gonna nourish those goals so much. You're gonna prioritize momentum and consistency and strength in everything that you do, because you know that if you don't prioritize these health and these fitness goals, you are actually being selfish. You're being selfish to your family. You're being selfish to your future children. You're being selfish to your parents, to your aunts, to your uncles, to your grandparents, to anyone in your life, your friends, your coworkers, because now you're not going to have the energy. You're not going to be in the best mood all the time. You're not going to be the confident, better version of yourself that you and everybody else around you deserves. And shame on you for hearing this message and not implementing. Shame on you for hearing this and not taking that selfish but selfless step in acquiring the right mentality and mindset to bust these goals out and treat them like your child. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Screenshot today's episode. Tag me at Chance Calloway Fitness. Let me know your number one takeaway from today's episode 111. It's been great. Much love, much respect. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Much love. Let's freaking go. Peace out. Guys, awesome freaking podcast. The reason why I do a little silence at the end there is for when I upload the audio, there's a little break so I can kind of see where it's at. That's why I always like pause. But that was an awesome freaking episode. I saw a lot of engagement on Instagram specifically. What's frustrating about Facebook is I can't see who's in there. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Like if I were to scroll here with my mouse, could I see? It says 2 viewers. I'm not able to see on Facebook, I don't think. But yeah, super cool episode. If you guys are Drew, I see you're just tuning in. Reactive Coconut, what's going on, fam? If you guys are just tuning in, you just missed a fire live stream. I just gave you guys 3 tips for prioritizing your health and your fitness goals. Like I kind of went into many people are actually selfish in not putting themselves first when talking about their health and their fitness goals. So if you guys are kind of wondering like what I mean by that, definitely go back to the replay. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, I would definitely download the podcast, the Apple Podcast app or Spotify, whatever you guys listen to, and download the Relentless Life, because we have 5 new episodes coming out every single week. I have this cap, I don't know why in my hand, Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. So do not miss what's to come, guys. Each episode, I'm doing my best to bring the fire, to bring the energy, and to let you guys know that you're freaking worth it, man. Like that's the whole purpose of me getting on here. Like it's not like I get paid to do this. I seriously want to see somebody change their life from my experience, right? Like I've seen what works and what doesn't work over the last 12 years of being in fitness and being in health and being a personal trainer and working with, over 100 clients and seeing, people change their life is so inspiring. And that's why I get so fulfilled, because I get to live out my passion every day. I get to help men from all across the world accomplish their fitness goals, and not just their fitness goals, but their health goals, guys, because I want you to live a long, happy, healthy life. And that's what it's about. It's not necessarily about who's the most jacked. It's not about who has the biggest biceps, not about who has the biggest quads or the juiciest glutes, right? For those of you ladies out there watching, or guys, I'm a big believer in having some strong glutes, but it's not about that. It's about the feeling good. I've been in pain for so long, and I know what it feels like to be in chronic discomfort for 7 years, for a large majority of my life, let's just say. And I don't want that for you. I don't want you to feel like shit. I don't want you to not have confidence, because you don't deserve that. I want you to feel good. I want you to be selfish in regards to prioritizing your health and your fitness goals. And, with that, guys, is going to come a stronger mindset. You're going to not be struggling with things like anxiety and depression as much. You're probably going to hop off of your anxiety meds or your depression meds. You're going to gain more respect from your coworkers. And now guess what? Now you're the source of inspiration. Now you're the talk among the office. You're the talk among the field that you work in, right? In the hospital or in the school or in the building department, wherever you guys work. You're going to be like, damn, Steven, dude, he joined this program 4 months ago and like he's up 12 pounds. Like he's happy all the time now. Like what happened to him? Like he was just that that skinny kid that was just kind of like here, right? But now he's like, damn, Steven, shit, man. His arms are popping out of his sleeve. Like, he's always happy, like giddy and shit. Like, what happened to him? Like, Steven, that's you, bro. Like, you did that to yourself. You said, fuck it, I'm going all in. I'm not letting anybody stop me from making this decision. I'm going to nurture these goals. You had goals. We spoke about those goals 4 months ago. And we got you enrolled in the program. And you've been consistent and committed for the last 16 weeks, bro. And look at where you're at. Look at how you feel. And it's inspiring as your coach to see that progress actually occur in this community, in this program. And now you are that guy for the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office that people are starting to respect just a little bit more. Not saying they didn't respect you before, but now they definitely respect you much more than what they might have already. Because you decided, I'm going to make the decision for myself. I'm going to put my health goals first. I'm going to be selfish for Steven, but in the long term, it's going to be actually selfish because now the people around me are going to get the benefit from my internal fucking energy. They're going to get the benefit from this limitless potential that I'm now expressing every single damn day. Because I get up and the first thing that I do is I watch motivational videos from my coach. I watch motivational videos from the other guys in my community. I hop on Chances Live. I listen to the podcast. I fill my mind with positive thoughts, with positive affirmations. And there's nobody that can stop me from doing that because I prioritize Steven, because I prioritize Brendan, because Brendan is fucking worth it, man, because you're here. Because for whatever reason, God was like, let me put a Brendan Shabbat on the earth. He's going to do some really good things. He's meant to do some really good things, but it's up to him to realize that and to take the necessary action to accomplish those really amazing things. Whether that's to start a family, to be a dad, to be a boss, to be a CEO, to be an innovator, an entrepreneur, whatever it is, Brendan, whatever it is, Steven, whatever it is, Reactive Coconut, I don't see your name, Caitlin, whatever it is, you want to be a life coach, you want to help women, right, with mental health. Who else is in here? Whatever it is, Cameron, whatever it is that God intended for you to do, he can't force you to do it, right? You can talk to God all you want. I talk to God all I want because I believe in God and I believe that he's my creator and that without him, I'm nothing and God lives in me. But God's not going to get my ass up first thing in the morning. God's not going to, yes, he's going to give me the power, right? He's going to give me the strength, but I'm the one getting up. He's telling me get up, right? And I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to get up, right? It's that relationship there. And if you don't believe in God, whatever. You believe in the universe. You believe in something, right? A higher power, but you're the one that has to nourish that baby. You're the one that has to nourish those goals. Nobody else is going to do it for you guys. You can't sit on your ass and expect change. Change doesn't come without taking action. Quit waiting for your bank account to look right. Quit waiting for the time to be right. Quit waiting to have the energy. Quit waiting for this shitty situation you're in to be gone. Because guess what, guys? Just like I said yesterday on the live stream, if you're not currently in a shitty situation, you just came from one, or there's one bound to come. And there's always one bound to come. Let's be honest. There's always a situation that is bound to hit us and slap us in the face and say, Chance, Brendan, Steven, Kate, bam, right? You get knocked on your ass. Feel like shit. You're upset. You're angry. You're pissed. You don't know what to do. Get up. Wake up. You got life. You got life in you. You got power. You got potential. And if nobody else believes in you, believe in yourself. Because you are worth it, Brendan. You are worth it, Steven. You are worth it, Caitlin. You are worth it, anybody listening right now. You have the power. You just got to tap in. That's it. That's all. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow on the podcast. One more thing before I leave. I am heading to – tomorrow's going to be iffy with my podcast. Tomorrow's going to be a weird day. I'm not going to miss. I'm going to make it happen no matter what time it is during the day. I am leaving early to go to Orlando. We have to drop our dog off before the Keys, Kate and I. So we're going to be on the road early on. Supposed to be going to lunch around like 11:30. So I'll wind up probably doing my lives later than 12 o'clock tomorrow, just to give everybody a heads up that is here. Typically live, obviously, if you watch the replay, it doesn't matter. But if you're here live, it will be later tomorrow. If I had to guess, it would probably be between the hours of 2 and 4 o'clock tomorrow. I will keep you guys updated. I will throw something up on my story tomorrow morning when I have a better judgment of when I will get on the live stream and record my podcast. So that's it. If you guys have any questions on today's podcast, definitely shoot me a DM. I'd love to have a chat on your biggest takeaway. And with that being said, make sure you guys screenshot, like I said, post your biggest takeaway, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's freaking go, baby. Much love, much respect.